You're not going to help.
I don't want to be another participant.
No, you can't be a participant. It's just screwy here. Start the video, join the audio. Maybe I should be under start video instead of audio.
I've got you on.
You see, I see you when you're talking.
Okay, and I see you when you're talking. So
Okay.
we're both on fine. I've done these before. We just got to wait for everybody else to come on.
And then we see everybody's face?
Yes.
I've seen it both ways where you only see the speaker,
Okay.
or not like the one if you watch it on the town channel.
Right.
You see it.
I think you have to use it on your.
Hello, everybody.
You have to use it on the computer.
Hello.
Speaker on it.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay, let's say who's on. Paul Resnick is on.
Jim Burnich, Perlow, and Perlman. And
Brian Perlman.
Mr. Rubin.
And Len Rubin. Here.
Rest will be coming. Here we go. Hello, Jason.
Hello, how are you guys?
Good. How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
Tim, I'm very glad to see you here running this meeting.
Okay. I've done a few of these with our condo board. There's more members on our condo board, so this might be easier.
Do we get to see everybody's face or just one when you're speaking?
No, everybody should show up. You should have a whole panorama.
Yeah, but I don't.
You have to check on, you have to switch on to whatever it's called,
Video.
multiple pictures. Hi,
So-
Mike.
Hey, how you doing, Brian?
I don't think you should mess with it.
No, I don't know.
Oh, okay, Paul Resnick here. I only get to see one because I'm using my phone. I'm not readily available at a regular computer.
It's not
Okay.
allow you to use multiple because it's a small screen.
Yeah, I'm just
Paul,
using.
you working early voting this year?
No,
No?
don't want to be with people.
Camera.
Okay. All right.
I don't
Wow.
touch it at all now.
Understand that.
Can you imagine sitting for 12 hours wearing a mask?
Yeah.
Your camera's not. All right.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, Beverly.
Hello, Beverly.
Hi.
Hello.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Hi.
Still missing a few people. One more, right? Joel, where's Joel? I see it's 2 p.m. Should we wait a few minutes, Beverly?
No, you can go ahead and start the meeting, and when he comes in, Tarisha will add in.
All right. This is September 16th at 2 p.m. The Code Enforcement Board of the Town of Highland Beach is now in session. Will everybody please silence their cell phones or any other electronics that aren't needed for this meeting? Once that's done, will the Deputy Town Clerk please call the roll?
Member Lienson,
Present.
Member Perlman,
Present.
Member Cherbini,
Present.
Member Perlow,
Present.
Member Slum,
Present.
Chairperson, Vice Chairperson Resnick,
Here?
Chairperson Burnage,
Present.
Town Attorney Rubin,
Present.
Code Enforcement Manco.
Present.
Thank you. Oh, and I see Jeff Remus, Building Official Jeff Remus.
All right, I'm not sure we should stand, but let's do the Pledge of Allegiance.
We usually stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
All right,
Thank you.
not sure to see everybody then.
No, we usually don't.
I pledge
Pledge
allegiance
allegiance to the flag
Flag of the United States of America,
States of
to the
America.
republic,
for which it
which it
stands,
stands, one nation,
under God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
with liberty.
liberty and justice for all.
Right. You're American, don't you?
I'd like to welcome two new members. We have Joel Inson and Michael. Lionson, I'm sorry. I think I would know, but we haven't met, we haven't talked for a number of months, so I'm not sure I even recognize everybody right now. Being that this is a Zoom meeting, we're not going to have any public comments. Is that correct, Beverly?
That's correct.
All right. There's an addition to the agenda that was originally sent out. We're adding one more case, number 2020-82, Ambassador East Condo Association will be added. If there's no other additions or deletions, I ask for a motion to approve the agenda.
So
Motion
moved.
to approve.
Who first and second that? Both? I'm sorry.
I first did it.
Slum,
Schlamm.
And
Yes.
Resnick, number 2. Thank you.
Before we go further, I ask if you're going to speak, please raise your hand if you recognize, otherwise this is going to get a little crazy. So in order to be recognized and want to speak, just raise your hand and then we'll say go forward, all right? So there was a motion to accept. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Nay? The ayes have it. The agenda is approved. The next item is the approval of the minutes for July 23rd, 2019. Are there any additions or deletions or corrections to the minutes of July 23rd, 2019? All in favor of approval of the minutes, say aye.
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 Opposed, nay? The ayes have it. The minutes of July 23rd, 2019, regular meeting have passed. There being no unfinished business, the next order of business is the election of a chairperson. Please, is there anybody who wishes to nominate anybody?
Paul Resnick would like to nominate Tim Burnish to continue.
Is there any other nominations?
Need a second to that nomination.
A second.
Who's the second? I'm sorry.
Jane? Oh,
Mike Tribini.
Trevini. Thank you.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Wait a sec. I have a question about that. I thought it said here that the chair and the vice chair had served their full terms of a year already. So they could not serve again in that position. Isn't that correct? Isn't that what it says in the city ordinance?
Beverly, are you aware of that?
No, I'm not certain about that. I think that, hold on one moment. Let me just pull that up real quick.
I believe that if there's a limitation, it's not one term.
I believe you might be referring to you have to be on the board or you can be a chairperson or vice chairperson. I think that you may have that mixed up with that.
Okay.
It's okay. So what I'm reading on this is it says, according to resolution number 19029, advisory board committees appointment process policy, section 9, It should be common practice that no member shall serve as chair and vice chair until he or she have served for 1 year on the advisory board. So you can't be chair or vice chair unless you've served 1 year. And unless no existing member is willing to serve as chairperson or vice chairperson. But it doesn't say that you can't be reelected.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
You actually have to serve
term
1
limits.
year.
You have to be on the year before you can be considered for the position of chairman.
Exactly.
So Mike and Joel, I don't think would qualify yet. Am I correct? Has it been a year? I don't think it's been a year since you've been on the board.
They have to actually be on the board for 1 year.
1 year.
Yes.
Yeah. From what I saw, myself and board member Perlow have been on the longest.
Okay, sorry.
But that has nothing to do with it.
No, I'm just saying that it was, there aren't that many people that have been on for over a year. I see there's new people on here.
There's 5 of us that have been on for a year.
Don't bet that you've been on longer than Tim or Paul Resnick.
We were on the board before it was shut down, and then we were asked to come back on.
I was just looking at the dates on here. Okay.
All right. Any more questions? Thank you. The next item of business is the nomination for vice chairperson. Is there a nomination? I'll nominate Paul Resnick. He's got a lot of experience with this. He was chairman at one time, but stepped down for a while. And I think he's a good choice for vice chairman. Is there a second?
He already is. He is the vice, so he's going to stay on.
Well, we have to vote.
You have to vote for a new one.
Is there a second to his nomination? All right,
And there can be more than one nomination if somebody wants to nominate someone else.
Are there any other nominations? There being no other nominations, I suggest we vote. All in favor of Paul Resnick for vice chairman, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Nay. There being no nays, Mr. Resnick, you're vice chairman again. I guess I can get sick now.
Sure.
All right, before we hear any of the other cases that are coming before us, I want to turn the meeting over to Jason Manco, our code enforcement officer, to give us the status of the compliance before the hearing of July 14th, 2020. At that time, there were 3 cases that were supposed to come before us, and I believe they've been resolved, and he'll give us an update on that. Is that correct, Jason?
That's correct. I can go down the 3 cases. They've all complied. Let's see. Case 2023, 3009 South Ocean Boulevard in compliance. Case 2029, 3101 South Ocean Boulevard, Unit 500 is in compliance. And case 2020, 49, 4205 South Ocean Boulevard is in compliance.
Thank you. Now we move on to case 2020-61, 1016 Grand Court. Kenneth and Carol Pierce. Observed boat stored in accessory marine facility that is not registered to the owner of the property. Jason, would you, are there any board members that have an ex parte communications to disclose in this matter?
I may have one since I was the reporting party on this. I've been told by the town manager, and I hope it continues to be so, that I can participate in the discussion. When a vote comes down, I may not vote, is what I was told.
Okay. Anybody else? At this time, I open the violation hearing and turn it over to the town clerk to swear in anybody that's going to give testimony in this item.
I thought we were
There's no one.
continuing the case.
Pardon?
Oh, I believe the case is being continued, but I didn't want to step on Jason's.
Yep, I didn't want to interrupt as well. This case, we're closing this case. There were some clerical issues regarding the property that this occurred on, the parcels that it occurred on. So we're going to drop this case and we're going to revisit it with potentially another different violation citing different ordinances and different parcels. So I'm actually closing this case.
Well, before you close it, this is Paul Resnick again. Since I reported it, I don't understand why the case isn't being heard today. One of the boats has been on illegally parked. I say illegally, up to the board to determine, at a dock owned by another person for over 3 months. And the second one, I hope you have the second one, showed up about 3 weeks ago, and both boats they are boats owned by other than the owner at these docks, and I really would like an explanation why it has to be continued.
Len, do you want to address that?
Someone.
It's just the way it was cited. It needs to be cited a different way. There's just some procedural issues that we need to address. That's why it'll come back next month.
Okay, so we'll hear this again next month then.
I'm extremely bothered by this because it's been going on. It went on last year and it was solved. It happened again. It's over 3 months now. The people living in my condo are aware of it, and there's a group of unhappy people that the law is being broken on our property. So I would ask that whatever administrative procedure needs to be done gets done immediately, and we reconvene another meeting as soon as possible, and not wait another 30 days and have us look down on an illegal activity.
It will come back at a later date, Mr. Resnick.
Can you give me, how soon can you bring it back?
Well, it needs to be recited, so that takes some time. So I'm not sure when it's going to come back, but it will come back.
Are you able to give us more information that it has to be recited?
No, I don't think it's appropriate to discuss the case if we're not hearing it. So I'd rather not discuss that now, but we could discuss that offline some other time.
Okay, so I'd like to just close my statement with this. We're allowing this guy to continue another 30 days or more. In my language, breaking the code, breaking the ordinance.
Well,
why can't we do it sooner?
Because I don't know when we're going to be able to do it yet. I mean, I'll have to just, Jason will have to get the case prepped, and you have to still, when you recite, you still have to give a certain amount to comply, although not the same amount as you gave the first time. So it will come back.
Okay, as a participating member of this board, I sincerely request that you expedite it as quickly as possible and we get rid of this nuisance.
Understood.
Okay. Anything else on this particular case, or are we now close the public hearing part? All right, we move on to case 2020-83 at 3221 South Ocean Boulevard. Vita Moreau, is that how you pronounce it?
Moreau.
Placement of a hot water heater installation without a permit. Are there any, does any of the board members have an ex parte communication to disclose in this matter? All right, there being none, at this time, we'll open the violation hearing. And I'll ask the deputy town clerk to swear in anybody giving testimony.
Ms. Vita Moore, can you please raise your right hand? By the authority vested in me as a notary of the state of Florida, do you swear or affirm that the testimony that you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
All right, I now turn this over to Jason Manco, the court enforcement officer, to proceed.
Yeah, so Ms. Morrow is requesting a continuance on this. She has, her contractor has submitted a permit. However, the permit has not been approved yet. There's some deficiencies in the permit. and they're working on being resolved. As of now, they are not resolved. So she's requesting a continuance. We can do a 30-day continuance, is what the town recommends.
Why wasn't a permit received prior to installation of the water heater?
I don't
This
know.
was-
They give it the paper. The board should know what to do. I don't know. I called the plumber. He went over there to the board, Ambassador East. So I don't know what they did. I have no idea.
Okay, well, isn't it incumbent upon the unit owner to get the permit, or is it incumbent upon the plumber, the
Always
contractor? I mean, I'm asking the city attorney.
Generally, well, ultimately, it's the responsibility of the property owner, but the contractor has to pull the permit.
Okay, so is it possible that maybe the contractor said, yeah, we got the permit we have the permit all taken care of, no problem. And Ms. Morrow might have been under that misconception and he never did it. And now after the fact, he's filing for a permit after a violation was cited, right? Correct?
Could be.
But sometimes I've seen some plumbers try to get away without pulling a permit. So this guy got caught, and that's why we're here today. Does anybody have any questions? Any other questions regarding this matter?
Yeah, why are we postponing it again, please?
I'm not postponing. On behalf of the resident, I am requesting a continuance to be heard in 30 days. If right now the permit is in process of being reviewed, so we can, if you guys want to hear the case, we can hear the case and go ahead. She's requesting a continuance. She has shown a good faith effort in getting her contractor to apply for the permit. As of now, the permit's not approved. There's a submission for it. There's some deficiencies on there, which I'm not completely aware of, but she is requesting 30-day continuance. So whether you guys want to hear the case now or grant her 30 days, that's.
I mean, even if a permit were to be approved now, the citation was for not having a permit at the time of the installation, correct? Because the permit is supposed to be gotten prior to having work done. I mean, if we have everybody just going out and say, "Oh, okay, I got caught. Now I'm going to apply for a permit," and everybody's doing that, then it kind of defeats the purpose.
Miles, what sometimes happens, you have a hot water tank in a high-rise leaking. It has to be replaced right away. I think the town in the past has allowed plumbers to come in, replace the hot water tank, and go ahead and apply for the permit.
Apply for the permit later. Okay. Then,
just like when an air conditioning quits working and it has to be done because it's 95 degrees out.
That's a good point.
And
that's a good point. It's an emergency situation.
What I've seen happen in my building, and I'm in a high rise, that they'll come in, put the hot water tank in, go up and apply for the permit. And it's if they've been a contractor that's worked in the town in the past, it's usually not an issue. Maybe this contractor hadn't worked in the past, didn't have his insurance papers up to date or his licensing, and that might be what's holding up the permit. I'm just guessing. I don't know, but I've seen that happen in the past.
I believe Mr. Remus wants to address that.
Hello, folks. So just to kind of bring things into perspective here, what happened was this was an emergency. There was a significant leak that caused eventually $20-some thousand worth of damage to units and property below her unit. The contractor did come in, repair as needed under an emergency, and under the Florida Building Code, our administrative amendments, section 105.2.1, they're allowed to do that, but they must apply for a permit by the next business day. the contractor never applied at all. So Ms. Morrow was in a situation where there was significant damage that needed to be repaired immediately. She was relying on the contractor. The contractor is the one who did not pull the permit. He has since applied for a permit, but the situation that we have is that Ms. Morrow is in New York. You're still in New York right now, or did you come back?
I'm still in New York.
Okay, and so there's been an issue with them getting the correct paperwork in because she has to have the application that she signs notarized. And it's not notarized, and the contractor isn't necessarily the best communicator. So rather than coming after her, I would agree with her continuance for the next month so that we have time to work with this contractor. And if not, we're just going to go after the contractor direct, all going after him in another fashion with the licensing board, if he doesn't want to be compliant. So
Yeah, that's what I think should be done. The contractor, because, Ms. Morrow has made her effort here, it seems. And, I know these things happen. I had an AC unit. I had an AC unit installed a couple years ago, and the same thing. They told me they took care of the permit. Turns out there was an open permit for like 2 years. Finally, I was made aware of it by the building department, and I contacted the AC company, and I had to just hound them to take care of it, that open permit. Otherwise that would have been on my record as an owner. I would have had this lien, so basically I don't see a reason to fine Ms. Morrow here. I mean, I think she's doing what she can do. It's not like she
I'd like to follow up with Miles.
Paul? Did you want?
Yeah, I want to let it go for 30 or 60 days. The lady seems like she's trying to do the right thing, and it's gotten taken.
Anybody else have a comment? May we
30 days should be sufficient.
All right, may we have a motion to postpone this for 30 days then?
Move to postpone it for 30 days.
All right, Joel has made the motion to postpone for 30 days.
I second.
Seconded by Mr. Schlom. Are there any discussion of the motion? There being none, all in favor say aye, or do we have to have a roll call?
Aye.
Aye.
Do we have to have a roll call vote on this, Beverly?
I don't think so.
You're not required
All
to.
in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Passes unanimously. The next item of business. Case number 2020-82, Ambassador East Condominium Association. Observed water damage restoration performed without a permit. Do any board members have an ex parte communications to disclose in this matter? There being none at this time, I'll open the violation hearing and turn the matter over to Jason to present.
So at this point, this case has been complied as of today. They were issued their permit. So we're complied on this case.
Very good. There any other business we want to discuss? I think Beverly, you want to read what's coming up in the future here in the town?
Yes. So the announcements are September 22nd, 2020 at 5:01 p.m. There's a virtual commission special second public hearing budget meeting. On September 23rd, 2020 at 2 p.m. There's a virtual natural resource preservation advisory board meeting. On September 24th, 2020 at 3 p.m. There's a virtual financial advisory board meeting. On October 6th, 2020 at 2 p.m. There's a virtual town commission meeting. And on October the 8th at 2 p.m. there's a virtual planning board meeting. And that concludes the announcements.
Thank you very much. Is there any other business anybody wants to bring before the board?
Yeah, I'd like to go back on what we were doing before. I would like to have somebody make a motion or something, or I will, to have put a limit on how long we're going to allow.
You can't do
it to
that.
Go
Mr.
on the previous case. Why can't?
Because
you
it's-
need to tell me.
The board considers the cases once they're before them. The board cannot interfere with the cases before they're presented.
Okay, so excuse me for speaking plain English. This guy is renting out and making money on 2 ducks. It's been, am I allowed to speak or not?
You're allowed to speak. I don't think it's appropriate to address cases when they're not before the board. So I would rather you didn't speak because I don't think it's appropriate. Because the board, when the case comes before the board bases its decision on the evidence presented at the hearing. So you really shouldn't be presenting other facts beforehand.
I will reluctantly give in to your request, but
Well,
I
appreciate
really,
that.
this really needs to be pushed. It's been going on over 60 days already, and it's just being delayed and delayed and delayed by the offender. And not only that, since it started, it has doubled in scope.
Well, when we bring a case, we want to bring it in the posture where we would be most likely to be successful. So I understand your concerns, but when it's brought before the board, Jason's job is to make sure that we will be successful in prosecuting it, or the town will be successful in prosecuting it if there's a violation. So I understand your concern, but it's procedurally, there's some issues we need to work out, but it will come back. I promise.
I hope it's in my lifetime.
Okay. We're going to take care of yourself, Paul. We want this to happen in your life.
Exactly.
No other business at this time. The chair will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
No, we don't have a motion.
Motion to adjourn.
All right. It's been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. The meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everybody. And this worked out pretty well on Zoom.
You'll be in touch for the next meeting. You let us know. Someone said something about 30 days. I don't know.
Well, we'll let you know. Don't worry. The town will let you know.
Yes, the clerk's office will advise of the next meeting. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody.